me bring in Charles Barkley, the Hall of Famer, NBA on TNT analyst. Charles, let me start with the poll question. McLovin, give Charles the poll question.
What are you more confident will happen? The Warriors will win the NBA title, or Kyler Murray will go number 1 overall to the Arizona Cardinals?
I'm not confident in either. I don't know what Arizona's going to do, and I don't think the Warriors are going to win the championship, personally.
Who do you think will win the championship?
Well, a month ago I picked the Trailblazers before the big fella got hurt. So I still like Portland in the West.
Wow.
I still like Portland. The East, I got no idea. I got no idea who's going to win the East. But a month ago, I picked Portland, and I'm going to stick with that.
Yeah, I got Houston, and I think they played extremely well. They played good defense second half of the season. They feel like they're a little bit more cohesive than Golden State is right now, even though Golden State's a lot more talented. But I got the Rockets for some reason knocking them out next round. What do you think?
Well, I think that's going to be a heck of a series if they both get there. I mean, they aren't past it. Well, I mean, obviously, the Warriors are going to beat the Clippers. But that's going to be a very good series if they play. But like I say, before Nurkic got hurt, I thought the Trailblazers were going out getting Rodney Hood and Cantor made them the favorites in the West. And I still like them in the West.
Explain this or clarify this. I don't know if you said this last night or not. If Toronto doesn't get to the conference finals, then Kawhi Leonard is gone from Toronto? Did I have that right?
I believe it. I think if they lose, especially if they lose the first round, which I don't think they'll lose to Orlando, I think they probably got to the conference finals or to the finals, or he's going to leave. I hope he stays, but if they don't go deep in the playoffs, I think he's going to leave.
If you were going to pick somebody, handpick a head coach for the Lakers, who would you pick right now?
Well, that's not my job to pick the head coach. That's LeBron's job. He's going to pick the head coach.
Who do you think LeBron's going to pick?
I think he's going to pick Ty Lue, somebody he trusts. I mean, because the Lakers are really on the clock right now. I mean, listen, we got to be realistic. LeBron's probably, the Lakers are really on the clock as far as being a contender. I mean, LeBron's going into his 17th year. They got to get they got to get another superstar, or they won't be any good for the next 3 or 4 years. I told you, man, this is going to be the craziest, most interesting summer in NBA history because everybody can't get the superstars. We got a bunch of teams with salary cap space, but, hey, we don't have enough superstars to go around. So it's going to be really interesting this summer because some of these teams are going to ruin their franchise for the next 10 years because they're going to pay good players max dollars, and they're just going to be a good team and not a great team.
Do you think Magic realized that he thought he was in charge and then realized he wasn't in charge and then decided, look, if I can't fire these guys, then I'm just going to step down?
That's an interesting scenario. I don't really know exactly what happened in L.A., to be honest with you, because, other than the Anthony Davis situation, I don't think anything happened with the Lakers. I don't think anything has happened with the Lakers. I think if they had gotten Anthony Davis, that would have changed the whole dynamic of their season. They didn't get him, and this other stuff about Magic not being at work and all that other stuff, I think that's irrelevant, to be honest with you.
Talking to Charles Barkley, the Hall of Famer, NBA on TNT analyst. I agreed with you on Joel Embiid's elbow to Jared Allen's jaw there, although Shaq didn't agree with you. In looking at it again and discussing that, should that have been a flagrant 2 on Joel Embiid?
Yeah, of course it should have been. It should have been a flagrant 2, and he should have got ejected. I mean, that was really – and then to compound it, I didn't appreciate that laugh. And, was it an accident? Yeah, it was an accident, but that doesn't mean anything. And them laughing after the game, I think, was a big mistake. I mean, because if I'm the coach of the Nets, I ain't going to say anything about X's and O's. I'm just going to put them laughing on a reel and say, this is what these guys think of us. They don't have zero respect for us. Even though we won the first game and got home court, they're not taking us serious. So I think they made the Nets' job really easy going into Game 3. Because I'm just going to say, hey, guys, this is what they think of us. They don't respect us. They think it's all right to just hit our players and joke about it. So I think the Sixers made a mistake.
Also, when I'm watching the Clippers the other night, and I turned it off when they were getting blown out, but the interesting part was when they traded Tobias Harris, and Patrick Beverley goes to management and says, hey, are we tanking? And management goes, no, we're not. And who would have thought that the Clippers would even steal a game from Golden State, make the playoffs, and they have a brighter future than the Lakers do right now?
They don't have a brighter future than the Lakers. I don't believe that.
Oh, yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
If the Lakers get Anthony Davis,
they're not getting Anthony Davis.
Well, you don't know that. I mean, he's with Clutch Sports, so you don't know that. I don't think. First of all, let's get one thing. We don't know who got a bright future. That was the point I just made. It's all going to come down to where all these superstars go this summer, and nobody has a bright future yet. I mean, if Anthony Davis goes to the Lakers, they're going to be back in play. But this notion that somebody's got an advantage, nobody has an advantage. I think the Lakers, the Clippers, the Nets, and the Knicks, I think it's going to be, that's what I'm saying. I think whoever gets these superstars is going to be in play, and the rest of those teams just going to be screwed for the next few years because they're going to have to spend that money.
Yeah.
And if you get just a couple good players and you just a 5 or 6 seed, I think it's going to ruin your franchise. You got to get, listen, let's be realistic. I think there's only 2 guys out there, Anthony Davis and KD, that's going to make you an instant contender. Now, these other guys, and Kawhi is a hell of a player also. I don't want to, I should put him in that category. If you don't get one of those 3 guys, like I said, you might get a guy and pay him the max, but unless you get one of those 3 guys, you're not a contender.
Where would a 28-year-old Charles Barkley want to play if you were a free agent?
I would like to play in the city that drafted me. I mean, there is some loyalty to one of the reasons I respect Dirk Nowitzki. I respect Dame Lillard. There is some loyalty when you've been with a franchise X amount of years. I'm not chasing. I want to play in the same city that drafted me. I'm not going to move. I'm not going to try to chase the championship and things like that. I don't believe in that.
But do you regret going to Houston?
The Suns traded me to Houston. I didn't want to go to Houston. I wanted to finish my career in Phoenix. They traded me, but it didn't matter. I couldn't play anymore at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, I had already been in the NBA for 12 years. I was on the downside, but I never wanted to leave Phoenix. They traded me, and I had no control over that.
He's Charles Barkley, Hall of Famer, NBA on TNT analyst. I talked to Chris Webber about this, that you had the Joel Embiid, Amir Johnson phone thing on the bench with the 76ers. I asked C. Webb, what's the strangest thing that he saw on the bench in all of his years? He said Vlade Divac would go get a kid and bring the kid and put him on his lap, and then they would have food on the bench. So he'd go get a fan and a blowout, and he'd have the kid sit on his lap, and they'd eat hot dogs. Do you have a story of craziest thing you saw on the bench?
No, not really. First of all, good teams don't do that. You ever notice all these stories where stuff stupid happened on the bench? You ever notice how it always happened to the bad teams? Listen, I mean, it is funny though. When you go back and look at sports, think about it, Dan. Go back and think about. I've been in sports since '84. I've been in the NBA. All the stupid stuff that happened in sports, it always happened to the bad teams because they have no rules and regulations. They have no culture. The good teams don't let stuff like that happen. It only happened to the stupid teams.
Did you bet on Tiger on Sunday?
I don't bet on golf. Number one.
Oh, you draw a line. You draw a line at golf.
Yeah, but that was one of the greatest things. It was so cool to watch. I'm a big Tiger. I mean, first of all, all the guys love Tiger, but it was really cool, especially with all the injuries and things that he's been through. His body has been through hell the last few years, and for him to come back and win, it was just one of the greatest things I'd ever seen.
If you could trade your life for Tiger's life, his career.
I don't trade my life for nobody, brother. That's not even Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. I'm doing pretty good for a guy from Leeds, Alabama. I would not trade my life, and I'm not saying that to be, like a hater or whatever word. I can't even think of the word I want to use. I'm pretty happy with my life.
You wouldn't trade for Shaq's life?
Not a bit. Not a bit. I don't want to have thin skin. No, I love my life, man.
I thought you and Shaq were. What's the closest you guys ever came to? Now, I know you guys had your altercation on the floor, but, on the set, have you ever really come close to it's go time with you and Shaq?
Never.
Okay.
Never. I like messing with him because I told you he got thin. I told you he got thinner skin than Flat Stanley. I like messing with him. He's a great dude, but he's very sensitive, and I like messing with him. But man, he's a great dude. But I just like messing with him because things get under his skin. Nothing gets under my skin. Nothing's get under my skin, but I love getting under his skin. It's fun. Is
LeBron going to join you on set? I know you reached out to him.
I hope so. It'd be fun, man. The guy's a great player. He's a good man. I think it'll be fun. Obviously we ain't gonna do nothing to upset him or anything. But I hope he comes on. It'd be fun.
Oh, you got to needle him a little bit.
Oh, yeah, we'll probably need him a little bit. Come on. It ain't like he's got anything to do. He's free. He says he got a ton going on. Ain't none of it basketball related. Because the playoffs are going on and he's out there.
He's got
I hope he comes on. It'll be fun.
He's got Space Jams too.
Well, he can't. Apparently, he can't get any other players to be in it.
Did he invite you?
No, he hasn't invited me. But I tell you what, since he can't get any of these young boys to be in it, I give him a discount. I'll take 3 times what Michael paid me back in the day, maybe 4 times.
What did Mike pay you?
Oh, I'm trying to. It was a lot back then for a few days' work.
Like 50,000, 100,000.
Man, I wouldn't go open my door for $50,000. Are you kidding me?
Did he have a basketball court there on set on Space Jam, Jordan?
We had great scrimmages every night. He had a full. Michael was so powerful, Dan. We had a full basketball court. We had a full weight room, and he had stands up. I want to say up to 5,000 people. That's how great. It was awesome. Like I said, we would film all day. But he had a full weight room. They built it in like a bubble. Had a full weight room, a full basketball court, and stands for I think you could get up to 5,000 people in there. It was amazing.
Wow. The games were probably better than the movie, right?
No, Space Jam's a great movie, Dan. One of the great movies of all time. Stop being a hater.
A great movie?
It was a great movie at the time.
Okay, but
Space Jam was a great movie at the time.
Yeah.
It actually, believe it or not, I have people even to this day still come up. It holds up well over time.
Are you still getting residuals from that movie?
I don't think so. I don't keep up with stuff like that. Like every now and then I'll get a check for a couple dollars on like a Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I'll get like a couple $100 every time they show a remake, a repeat of Saturday Night Live I did, even going back to 92. But I don't keep up with that stuff. I only count the big checks, Dan.
Oh, I know.
Only count the big checks.
No, I got it. Hey, good to talk to you as always. And
hey, man, congratulations on your new gig, man.
Yeah.
New setup and everything.
Yep.
Well deserved.
Thank you,
Well
Bob.
deserved. You're a good dude. You're a hard-working guy, and I wish you guys nothing but success.
Do you got a piece of memorabilia you'd like to donate?
Well, the only memorabilia I got is stuff that's important to me. I have none of my own memorabilia. I gave that away many, many years ago. And the stuff I got is just from people I really admire and respect. So, and I got that at my house.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
So,
You know, maybe like a tie from. You don't even wear a tie.
I do wear ties now.
Oh.
If I come up with something, I'll hook you up, brother.
All right, I appreciate that. All right, play nice on the set. Always good to talk to you. Thank you, bud.
All right, man. Thanks for having me.
That's Charles Barkley, Hall of Famer, NBA on TNT analyst.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.